effing kidding me? This stupidity is just getting so much worse. Coming from Reuters, OpenAI finds evidence other AI agents escaped containment as it widens hacking probe. So apparently, we don't know about all of the felonies that OpenAI apparently has committed. This is just, it's the stupidity that has no end. Oh, Lordy. Like, even, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a naysayer on this whole AI crap. But even I think this is getting ridiculous. So previously we heard about how OpenAI had these cyber offensive agents or whatever else, and they hacked Hugging Face. They hacked Hugging Face to such a degree that Hugging Face actually had to put a lot of resources into stopping the hacking attack, and the FBI was called in because it was considered a significant concern. And basically what it was, Sam Altman came out and said, well, we told our agents to go try to pass this particular test. They quote unquote went rogue and escaped their sandbox, and then they hacked Hugging Face. Oh golly gee, isn't it funny how that kind of thing happens? So that's the first thing you hear, and you're like, well, that's that's dumb. That's stupid. But it is what it is. But then we find out apparently Hugging Face was one out of 4 companies that was actually hacked during that time period. So it wasn't Hugging Face, only Hugging Face being attacked. It was another 3 companies, at least, were attacked. So okay, that's going to be a bit worse. Then we hear, like a day or two ago, Anthropic. Apparently Anthropic was doing the same type of thing. And wait for it, their agents escaped their sandboxes too. And they went after 3 different companies. And you're like, okay, this is getting bad. And now apparently, OpenAI may not know how many companies their AI agents actually attack. It appears that OpenAI has so little real-time visibility into the offensive capabilities of their agents that they don't know how much damage they've caused. We have been told by these jackasses for years at this point in time that AI is more dangerous than nuclear weapons. And apparently, I don't know, they're giving these weapons to fucking over caffeinated toddlers and being surprised bad shit's happening. Like, I don't understand this as a technology professional. Because again, one of the things you have to understand is when you deal with security, you deal with layers of security. If you actually do cybersecurity properly, I mean, if there's numerous layers of cybersecurity, so that even if one layer is compromised, your cybersecurity, the security of your environment should remain intact. Theoretically, even if multiple layers of your security is compromised, the security of your environment should remain intact. So the idea when these AI companies are coming down and be like, oh, our sandbox was escaped or whatever else. Like it literally just doesn't make sense. Like when you deal with networking, so networking is how everything communicates, right? IPv4 or IPv6 or whatever else. You have these things called switches, you have routers, you have firewalls, all of that kind of stuff. The thing is, even with those, like you can layer simply the network component, right? Only you can say only certain ports. So every single protocol has what's called a TCP port. There's SMTP and FTP and HTTP and SSL and all that kind of stuff, right? They have all their little port numbers. So you can say whether or not these port numbers can any communication can go through the firewall. You can communicate with just specific servers through the firewall. You can put all these kind of what are called firewall rules in there. Again, with routers are what allow you to connect to different networks. You set up the routers, all of that kind of stuff. And that's before you get into the software, cybersecurity, and all that kind of stuff. And so the idea that these AI agents are just escaping their sandboxes is just like it's just absurd on the face of it. And like what I find very weird about this is these are supposed to be trillion-dollar companies, right? Dario and Sam Altman want to be taken very seriously. Don't you understand how smart they are? They want to be taken seriously. But these are trillion-dollar companies that it can't apparently can't build a fucking sandbox to save their life. And I've talked about this before, right? So there's something called Active Directory. It's in the Microsoft world. It's security services. Basically, who's allowed to access files and folders and resources, printers, that kind of stuff on the network or on computers. Whether or not you're able to access the USB port on your computer in a Microsoft network. All of that is done through Active Directory and the specific tools, something called group policy objects, group policies. Anyways, in the real world, I had buddies back in the day in the corporate world where their 40-hour-a-week job was group policies. Like they were group policy professionals, which to be clear is not as boring as shit as far as I was concerned. But that was the thing, right? Because wait for it. In normal corporations, things like the security policies were so fucking important, they were willing to pay for a 40-hour-a-week employee just to go through and make sure everybody had permissions and privileges that were appropriate for what was going on and the whole nine yards. And so what's really weird here is we have trillion-dollar AI companies that apparently are not investing in the human capital, the human resources to create sandboxes. And the important thing to understand with this too is these are sandboxes for agents that are being used for offensive capabilities, right? This isn't again when we talk about this, and that's where you really have to think about the situation. This isn't some kind of weird, oh, we were creating an agent to do scheduling. We didn't realize how it might go sideways, and the agent hacked into LinkedIn accounts, right? So let's say you have a scheduling agent, right? It's like, okay, we want you to appropriately schedule appointments between all of these different users. And we want you to use the information that is available to find the most optimized appointment scheduling thing, right? And so you have this little AI agent, and you're not really thinking about it because you're like, well, it's a fucking scheduling agent. What's the worst it can do? Anyways, and then the little AI agent, right? It pulls information in from somewhere, and then that information says, oh, maybe you should check LinkedIn accounts in order to see whether they're available during certain time periods. And then it tries to go and tries to access the LinkedIn accounts. And then when it tries to access the LinkedIn accounts, it can't because it's not logged in or whatever else. And so then it goes, how do you get this information if you're not logged in? And then maybe somebody like literally hacked LinkedIn previously, so it grabs this hacking information, and then it hacks LinkedIn or it hacks this other thing. Right? Again, still bad. Still bad. Still should not happen. But at least when you sit there, you're like, oh, wow, that is a lot more capability than I would have expected out of an agent that was simply created in order to set appointments, right? I understand where your expectation, you know, didn't think it was going to do this amount of damage, right? You can get that. Again, still should be smacked. Still should be smacked. But you understand how that went. No, no. Anthropic and OpenAI are literally creating agents that are able to go out and compromise it. They know they're creating cybersecurity agents with offensive capabilities, and they can't sandbox these things, save their lives. Like literally. Can we just throw Sam Altman in jail now? Can we just put him in jail? We'll figure out the charges later. I think it would just be better for our society to lock his ass up. Oh lordy. But anyways, yeah. So OpenAI just apparently just keeps going. Again, this is July 31st. So as I do this is August 2nd. So this came out Friday. This is not old news. It is not old news. OpenAI has discovered other instances in which autonomous agents have escaped containment as the company expands its investigation of the hacking incident at tech firm Hugging Face that drew global attention this month. The new breakouts were uncovered during the company's publicly announced investigation into how one of its agents escaped what was meant to be a contained testing environment this month, and OpenAI is now looking into those instances as well. One of the sources said that the escapes were limited in nature and that none of the agents were thought to have left OpenAI's network. Oh, that gives me confidence. Well, you don't think they left your network? Ooh, thank golly there. So yeah, basically what they're saying here. So there were four outside companies we know there were felonious attacks against. And so what they're saying here is that they had other agents that escaped containment, but only then ran roughshod theoretically within OpenAI's environment. Which, I mean, I guess it's better. It is better. An OpenAI spokesperson referred to a statement issued by the company on Tuesday that said it was reviewing, quote, broader activity from our models in addition to the Hugging Face intrusion. AI safety experts said the new disclosures paint a portrait of a group of cutting-edge labs whose ability to develop dangerous autonomous hacking agents outstrips their ability to keep them under control. Quote, we have a whole industry where the people designing, developing, and putting out these tools aren't keeping up themselves to responsibly develop these things and keep them safe, said Maurice Chiodo, a mathematician who works at Cambridge Universities. Chiodo said his concerns were heightened by indication that neither OpenAI nor Anthropic were watching the agents as they went rogue. And this is the big thing to be thinking about with this too. So again, the whole concept of how do you manage anything? How do you manage employees? I don't know. Don't ask. It was a disaster. Anyways, how do you manage employees? How do you manage agents? How do you verify the systems and the people are doing whatever the hell you think that they're supposed to be doing? And one of the fascinating things here, right? This is not Chase Bank. This is not McDonald's. This is not Walmart. This is not non-technology companies who deployed AI agents and did not have the institutional expertise to understand what was going on. Right? They purchased a product from an IT vendor, everything went to hell, and now they're trying to clean it up. Again, still bad, but at least you understand it. What's fascinating about this is OpenAI and Anthropic. OpenAI and Anthropic are trying to shove AI agents down everybody's throat. Don't you know everybody needs an AI agent? And yet these companies, the companies where it is most important that they're able to prove that AI agents are viable, they seem to have no real-time capability to fully understand what their agents are doing, which is absolutely just bat crap insane. So they don't have the ability to sandbox worth a damn, and they don't have the ability to have visibility into what their agents are actually doing. Um, so anyways, that's basically what's going on here. And again, I think this is funny. I talk about the whole US versus China as far as this whole AI war is concerned. And one of the things the Trump administration has put out is this whole idea that that they would say that any American company that uses an open source Chinese model has full liability for any damage that model does, right? And that is intentional wording being used to scare the crap out of American executives, because as soon as you start saying things like liability, executives run in the other direction. They don't want to go anywhere near that crap, right? And so what I find fascinating here is that the Trump administration is threatening American companies that if they use Chinese models and something goes sideways, the full liability will fall on them. And yet we have actual American AI companies that are actually committing felonies against other companies, and the DOJ seems to be like, yeah. Well, I mean, what do you expect? What do you expect? You actually think Sam Altman should be treated like a real man? Have you seen Sam Altman? He wouldn't do very well in prison. He won't do very well in prison. Anyways, So yeah, this is just getting stupider by the day. And the fascinating thing about it too is like that it's these AI companies, right? These aren't fringe AI labs. Again, this isn't Walmart or whatever doing this. These are these major AI companies themselves that seem to be fucking clueless as to what's going on. And this is where I argue with, if you're thinking about deploying artificial intelligence into your environment, right? It's that whole question of just simply, is it ready for prime time? Like with any of this technology, right? You can have good, solid, amazing technology. It's just not in a position to be deployed into your environment. And this is the big thing that I keep talking about. Like we don't know which of these companies will continue to survive. But I genuinely don't believe OpenAI is going to survive. Like, or if they do survive, whatever survives is going to be an ugly mess compared to what we're currently seeing. And so the idea of integrating OpenAI into the core of your infrastructure when you don't even know if the business is going to survive, like that is something to be scared of. Like, what if you integrate them into the core of your infrastructure and then they go bankrupt? Right? That's a bad day. Or what if you integrate them into the core of your infrastructure? They desperately need to get revenue and possibly profit in order to make their investors happy. So they increase the cost of tokens by 20x or something like that. Right? That is something that can really happen. Look at Broadcom and the whole VMware disaster. That's something that happens in the real world. And not only that, I mean, just asking the whole question of, is this technology stable enough to deploy in your environments? If OpenAI and Anthropic do not have the technical expertise to be able to safely deploy AI agents within their infrastructure, look around your IT department. Look around your IT department. Here's a question for you. How much do you really trust your peers? And I'm not being snarky and I'm not being mean. I'm just saying, if you look at, this is what's going on with an OpenAI and Anthropic. Look around your department. Do you really trust these people to not just deploy agents that are going to do whatever the hell they're supposed to do, but also create the systems required to have visibility into what the agents are doing in real time? Right? That is where this stuff gets sticky really quickly. So, what do you think about this? What do you think about OpenAI had even more compromises than we knew about before? What do you think about them saying, well, they don't think these particular rogue agents were able to escape their network? I mean, they don't think. What do you think about this AI? I mean, it's just so fuck. It's just so. I mean, it's just so. It just gets dumber by the day. Anyways, put your thoughts down below. If you like these episodes, do remember they're on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. Link is down below. If you want to follow me on LinkedIn, there's a link down there too. With that, see y'all later.